Hey, so my birthday was last month, and those who know me know that I'm now 23. And so of course you might be wondering, why is this video titled Life at 22? Well, it's quite simple, in fact. I haven't yet experienced my life at 23. I don't know what this life is going to be like during this year and this stage of my life. Therefore, I don't know. I can't say anything about 23, but I can tell you what my year of being 22 has been like. So yeah, life at 22. My 22nd year of life began much like anyone else's, with everyone and their mother posting a particular Taylor Swift song onto my Facebook. So, based on her song, I could easily expect my life to be at 22 a very upbeat, exciting time. Yeah? I mean, come on. Falling in love with strangers, having breakfast at midnight, these sound like good times. And you know what? Just looking back, I can't believe it's incredible. My 22nd year of life, it's been the worst one so far. Yeah, it really was. But I don't want to bore you with the depressing details of my sorrows. I don't want to dribble on about my lamentations, so instead, I will share with you the lessons I've learned over the last year. Now that sounds positive. That sounds good. That sounds like a good time to me. So lesson one, and possibly the most important lesson I learned, is simply that you can't change who you are. Now, you can change things about you, but ultimately the person that you are, that which makes you, you, are things you can't change. You can't change for someone else. You can't change at all. It's just who you are. You gotta be who you are. The second lesson that The second lesson that I learned is that your dreams don't fade, so why on earth would you work to suppress them for the sake of someone else's happiness? And if you're doing that, I would question, why are you doing that? So moving on to lesson number 3, those who know me have often heard me say that, quote, the only thing I hate more than sleep itself is the fact that my body can't survive without it, end quote. And I've said this because there's so much I could do if I never had to sleep, if I could just stay awake all the time. I could do so much. I could get so much accomplished. And that is exactly why I would say these things. However, lesson 3 is that sacrificing sleep to try and increase productivity is rather counteractive. In fact, it is the worst thing you could do for trying to increase productivity, because all that happens is you slowly fade away further and further from being productive, and it's just bad. It's bad. I mean, it's a simple idea that a candle burnt from both ends will burn out very quickly. That's life. I'm a candle. Burning from both ends. My buttons are burning. Nah. Number 4, and I don't know why it's number 4, because it's actually probably the second most important lesson that I learned this year. But number 4, your past does not define you, but how you move forward from a mistake does. I imagine that we all have regrets, things we wish we hadn't done or things that we wish simply we had done differently. But quite frankly, you can't change that. All you can do, and all that really says what kind of a person you are, is how you decide to live differently after a mistake, or how you fix or find resolution from various mistakes, whatever they may be. But that's what defines you. And number 5 was a bit of a more personal lesson that I had to learn. A little embarrassing to have to admit now, but it's that coffee doesn't always fix everything. Not always. And I like coffee a lot. That's good stuff. And just to put some clarity here in case you would like that, without going into too much detail, kind of what happened the last year that made it so rough is I found myself alone a lot of times. A lot of my beliefs or things that I thought to be true were put to question, and a lot of things that had been constants in my life changed dramatically. So, you know, it's kind of like things fell apart and I kind of had to pick up all the pieces, and then I had to pick up the pieces while I was standing naked in the middle of the street. You know, it's a little kind of like that. That's a pretty accurate image of, yeah, it's vulnerable, that's what it was. It's vulnerability. Yeah. So, just to review, worst year of my life, 22. Not that it has to be for anyone else. I wish you the best for your 22nd year of life. I hope for you, for your sake, that your life is more representative of you know, my good buddy T Swift and her song, 22. I hope so for you. Everything will be alright if we just keep dancing like we're 22. Yeah, we'll do that. Regardless, there was a lot of important and great lessons learned for moving forward in life. That's always great. Progress is great. And finally, in looking forward to the upcoming year, I'm pretty well sure, based on how bad last year was, that I can expect nothing but good things. I mean, you know, what could possibly go wrong, right? Nobody likes you when you're Shut up, Blake! Because it's like, can I make it work? I don't know. I know that I can look forward to this year, you know, being so much better. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Shut up, 22. Shut up, 22, yeah. Blink 182.